Hi, Hearties. It's Marg Stark coming to you from San Diego, California, and we're bringing you Valley Voice Editorials. I'm joined today by...
Hi guys, I'm Jeanette from Michigan.
And this is Dawn from North Carolina.
And Jennifer from Seattle.
Woo woo! We have some preview photos from season 11 coming to us April 7th. We want to share with you some of the reactions that we've seen Hearties have to both these photos and to the Good TV trailer that is from Australia. So let's dig right in, Dawn.
Sure. So we just posted, well, not just posted, probably 2 or 3 days ago, the photo from the class that was outside with the kids. And so again, we are looking at your comments and making sure that you are represented with all of the reactions of what we're seeing. And that was one photo that was kind of funny because a lot of people are like, who are these people? I don't know them, and they didn't even recognize some of our
original cast.
Yeah. I'm like, it's like, no, that's Emily. Yeah. And they're getting so grown up. I mean, they're just so lovely. But Jeanette, you were saying that you found some of our new cast members in Instagram?
I did, yeah. I have to say, I was a little taken aback with the photo because all I kept thinking was, oh my gosh, Elizabeth's classroom is going to be so packed. Like that was my immediate reaction. Yes. Like, oh my word.
Yeah.
So I know there was only like 4 or 5 of the original kids, I think. I have seen some Hearties already finding that some of the new kids as well. But on the press release, there was a Chloe McKinnon, who some people have noticed that she was also in the hockey movie that Kevin did last Countdown to Christmas. And she's
interesting.
On Instagram. Yeah.
Darling, she's so cute.
Sweet. Yeah. And then there's a Sophia, I don't want to mispronounce her last name. It's Hodsoni. It says she plays a child named Talia. And she actually, after that photo was posted, she shared to her Instagram and was kind of like, I'm so excited to announce I've joined the cast of the show. And so, yeah, good. And they're definitely did you guys notice they're bringing some of the younger kids in now too, which is fun.
I love that. Yeah, no, I had that same reaction, Jeanette, about, I was like, okay, is the church or the school is big enough? I mean, that's a lot. What did you think, Jen? Did you see anything that was interesting for?
Well, our original cast are getting so much older.
I know.
And you realize, oh my gosh, little Opal is now, probably almost driving in real life. Right. And, yes. It's time to get some new students because they're not our original ones aren't going to be in that schoolhouse much longer. So I'm excited to see a new crop of kids. I think it'll be fun.
Wait, we also did some other pictures with the kids. It's like a science project, things like that.
The solar system in the classroom.
Yeah, what did you think about that?
It looked really cute. I love the solar system, and we'll see how, I know some Hearties were talking about how things are aligning, how maybe the planets are aligning in the solar system. Maybe that's a theme. I don't know.
Yes, the first episode is called When Stars Align. Right. So we are seeing a lot of these references to celestial kinds of things. So interesting.
It'll be interesting to see if that's an overriding theme for the whole season, or is it just for the first episode, or it will be neat to see that play out going forward. And I'm also curious with the new kids coming in, if they're going to write something, you know how in the past it was like the new settlers came to town. So that was why we had all the new new children. If there's going to be something written here, like is Lee's company booming all of a sudden and we have new people coming to town, or is it from the tourists? Maybe some tourists have stayed, or I'm curious how they'll write that in.
The first episode is always the first several episodes are really setting the scene. And you remember last year it was carpe diem and the fact, you know, the organization, how they gave the clothes away because, you know, Hope Valley had lost so much of its businesses and, you know, business was down all over and people are having a hard time finding jobs. So this season we'll see how this first episode kind of sets us up for the rest.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we had something that was Lucas, and he was announcing something that, you know, people will go here far and wide or whatever. And I think maybe that's it. I don't know. It'll be an interesting thing to discover.
Yeah, it's such a contrast what you were saying, Jeanette, just thinking about the pandemic a few years ago and the restrictions on the filming and how even during Ned and Flo's wedding that you know, you could only have them in the chapel, you know, seated a few apart. And, you know, so the kids were sparse in that classroom. I don't think we actually got any classroom scenes because they were prohibited from it. So now we have this like bursting at the seams and, you know, it's a very diverse cast, which, you know, there was a recent article in the LA Times where they mentioned that When Calls the Heart is one of the top 3 programs that appeals to a Latin audience. And, you know, when you're number 1, you know, on cable, you're going to be number 1 in many categories. And it was so cool to look at that study and find that When Calls the Heart is number 1 among Latin watchers, among Asian watchers, among, you know, like it has a very diverse audience. So it's neat to see our cast get more diverse and those children's faces. It's kind of beautiful. So
and to see how far we've come from, you
indeed,
know,
yes.
seasons.
Oh, yeah.
It's really very, very cool to see.
Yeah.
I am kind of wondering if, like, how, especially in some of the, like, maybe seasons 3 and 4, they really kind of focused on specific storylines with the kids. If they're going to have specific storylines with some of these kids, or if they're going to just keep them as a broader classroom audience. You know, are they going to endear one of them to our hearts like little Opal, or, you know, or are they just going to keep them as just a broader classroom? I don't know.
Yeah,
And a couple of Hearties. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was just saying that's a really great point. That will be interesting to see play out this year.
Well, we know that Allie will be, and Jack is going to be featured, but beyond that, you know.
Well, yeah, because we now have Allie and Jack and now Goldie, you know, are we going to focus on the children of the cast, you know, or are we going to focus, you know, have some of the students that don't have ties to some of the ensemble cast?
I do have to say,
and Angela and
Cooper.
Cooper. Thank you. Yeah.
I think one of the universal opinions that Hearties all agree on, which those things are rare that we all agree on, are the love of the kids. And like, we will take as much of the kids as we can get, whether it's in the classroom or their storylines, and just reading through some of the opinions. People are just so excited to see more kids and some younger kids.
And they're so excited to see the classroom scenes come back, you know, having Elizabeth teaching and
yeah. Interesting. So I'm going to go off of the children's pictures and then go to the trailer that we had with Good TV, which is our Australian, network and things like that. And they are it was April 12th for them in Australia.
Yes, that it premieres there. Yes.
Yeah. So we're just going to see this trailer and then we'll comment at the end of that. So here it is.
Brand new season of When Calls the Heart is coming to Good from April 12th.
Welcome back, right?
Not going in.
What have we got? A gut feeling, but it doesn't sit right.
I don't even know if he still has feelings for me anymore.
Season 11 of When Calls the Heart is coming soon.
Okay. So what did you think?
The first thing is literally every year good TV does this to us. I mean, it always is like out of the gate,
Yeah.
and it's always a little spicier than
Yeah.
than what we
100%.
see, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel
The
like
one
those
Wonder
the
about
trailer
the
makers are
culture
good.
in Australia, like they
Yeah.
take it a little farther, you know?
They come out swinging in the best way possible.
Yes,
Yeah.
so true.
They
So
really
true.
do.
So true. Yeah. There
That's
was a
fun.
lot. There was a lot packed in there. I don't even know
Mhm.
where to start on that one.
Well, I think the idea of the diversity of the cast that Mark was just talking about, you can see Henry like in the first scene in that we have the Canfields, we have, I mean, the oh dear, Hickam and May,
May,
like
yeah.
that. They're all represented, and I love that. I love the idea that we are featuring our diverse cast, and I mean, we have an ensemble cast that bar none. These are great people, and so I enjoyed that particular promo just because it was representative of almost all of our characters in Hope Valley.
Yeah, we haven't had, and well, because Hallmark hasn't released theirs yet. And we've really there was a couple teasers, and you literally get like a 1-second shot of some of our cast members. So yeah, I agree. It was great to see a lot of the,
Don't blink.
Yeah, exactly, or you'll miss it.
That's right.
What was there? We have the haircut. Everyone's talking about the haircut.
Yes, I think it's going to be
there's
I mean, we went from the haircut to the hair tuck. So, I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot of hair in this particular preview. Yeah.
The overriding theme for season 11 is hair.
Yeah.
As meanwhile, the writers are watching going, oh, that's the takeaway.
It's the hair. It's all about the hair. This trailer it had this very fast scene with Rosemary and Elizabeth where she says, I don't even know whether he still has feelings for me. It was hard to even hear it. It went so fast. So I did see a couple comments from Hearties like, what did she say? And yeah, that's what she said. So
well, and I think it's hard to tell who she's talking about,
who
right?
she's talking
Because
about.
those devious trailer makers that we were just talking about love to clip things, so we don't know.
Right.
Is it Lucas?
It flashed to Lucas in the street on Main Street, and then yes.
Yeah.
I was looking at the comments from the Hearties, and one was talking about that Bill is looking like a proud bestie. Like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, which
You know what they're talking about?
With Rosemary?
It might be this clip with Rosemary where they said, isn't that where she goes, we're a team, aren't we? And he
yes,
goes, we are.
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because they both alluded to it, I feel like, somewhere about them teaming up. And it looks like it's right out of the gate in episode 1. So it's really interesting because you have this investigative, what's his current job? Judge? Mayor? I don't even know.
Yeah,
all of the above.
Acting
He's
mayor,
kind of
some
taking
kind of
on,
judge.
that's like a card game here.
Yeah. What
I
is
don't
he today? And he might,
That's
for all
right.
we know, he might have switched jobs in the off
He's
season.
kind of taking on like the law enforcement version of Hickam. Like Hickam kind of does all the jobs. Bill kind of does all of the judge, lawyering, investigative person. Yeah.
Yeah, the keeping Hope Valley in line kind of.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there's also, it looks like Nathan goes to him about his investigation. So I think Hearties are wondering, are these two things related or are they separate? The Nathan's investigation and then Bill and Rosemary teaming up. Are those two things related? I don't know. What do you guys think?
And then the surprise. What's the surprise?
Oh, right.
When everybody's in there yelling surprise.
Yes, yelling surprise. Yes.
Yeah.
Birthday. Yeah.
So this particular trailer is not just for one episode. I mean, it's just, I don't know, like, is it probably 1 to 4? I think Jeanette, you talked about that as we were,
I'm not 100% sure on that, how far in it goes.
It's the whole preview of the whole season, or if it's just the first episode.
Yeah, but it's more than one episode. So it just has a flavor of what we will see
Mhm.
in season 11. So,
And the
and
Hickam and
so
the cute
much.
little Hickam and May moment. It's so tiny,
I
but it's
know.
adorable.
so
cute.
excited with that.
Okay, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I feel like I like them way more than I ever thought I would. Like when it first started happening, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but now I am like, ever since he said the line, your voice is my
It's-
favorite sound, like I was
Yeah.
all in on this
Yeah,
on this
no,
pairing.
that's so precious. I love that. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, but I like the comedy that, the good release of laughter that we enjoy, and, and I would suspect that it's going to continue to season 11. So it's a good couple.
Yeah, so we see a little affection from them, and then we also see some affection, Nathan is making a move there, unless she's got something really bad at her hair, I don't know. But
Now
I
she's
mean,
wearing,
it is something,
yeah, it's
for
something.
someone who hasn't been that confident. I mean,
That's
A pretty
true.
bold move.
yeah,
Yeah. And she looks a little stunned in the moment too. It's like, oh,
she's
this is
looking like
happening.
she's looking like right at him. I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty unflinching, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's either stunned or unflinching or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like it's outside the saloon from the color
Yes.
of the paint. So yeah, Hardy's that one definitely got the Hardy's talking for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
I think I saw about a bazillion fan arts of that one little
Yeah.
that one little
Yeah.
clip.
Yeah, that was their reaction, was not so much words, but just it created a lot of images.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of excitement. And when do we think that might occur?
Well, she's wearing the same dress that she's wearing when they all yell surprise.
Oh,
But she has the
right.
short hair, so
Right.
we-
Interesting. Okay.
yeah. No, so that's not an answer. That's a
non-answer.
draw your own conclusions, I guess, Hardy's.
Yeah, and of course, Hardy's have all sorts of feelings about that. Some say, is she wishy-washy? Is she fickle? And it's like, I think we have to let the narrative roll out so we can, I mean, just seeing these flashes, of course, we're gonna when last we left her, she kept saying, what, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, and like, we know she wasn't fine. We know she was dealing with a lot of stuff. Just moving to the episode description, it says she's turning over a new leaf now. So that's one of the things. The episode description says Elizabeth is turning over a new leaf. Rosemary's chasing a scoop. Nathan has done an investigation, which Bill isn't satisfied with the answers or something to that effect, or Bill wants to explore it more. And then Lucas makes a surprise announcement. So
that's episode
That is a
1.
lot into one episode.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am
yeah.
I'm
Well,
very curious as to how all of that is going to play out.
Sure. Well, and
Yeah,
that
I think, go ahead.
the scene in the trailer where she and Lucas are having a moment where they're looking at each other in the street. It will be interesting to see that dynamic right out of the gate. And since I'm sure there will be a time jump. And so, excuse me, will there be some awkwardness? Will they be to the point where they're comfortable? Will there still be hurt? I mean, he does look a little hurt in the clip, given it's just a millisecond of a shot. But so I really wonder what that dynamic will be like out of the gate. And that will be hard for many Hardys to watch, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I think we do have to see how it plays out rather than
sure.
allow these previews to stir us up, because
Yeah.
I don't know, she's been through a grief process, and presumably new leaf may mean, she's moving through that. Not that you ever escape grief. It comes, I mean, I think that's what we've learned about Elizabeth, is it comes in waves and it shows up unexpectedly. So
Well, it is Hope Valley, and like we've always said, and I think some of the writers have even said, it's a small town. You're gonna see each other. Like they will. I am confident that they will work through it. So it'll be interesting to see how much of that we see on screen, and to see them.
Or just things that were assumed,
right?
is off screen as we go through season 10. Well, there's another picture that we posted for, I think it was Lucas, and he was just standing in Hope Valley. There was the bikes with the mercantile, things like that. So it was just, I think, just almost like a promo picture, but the things that we've seen in Lucas, do we have any other pictures that for season, or not season one, episode? I was gonna say that's a long time
I
ago.
know, that was what I
No,
said.
there really were not photos from episode
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
Lucas, which, many commented on. It seems like in terms of the comments on that photo, Hearties are kind of universally feel like the governor is a really good fit. Like it's just a great storyline for him. I thought it was so funny. Jenny Fanger on Facebook, said that his surprise announcement would be that he would be based in Hope Valley, and he would be doing Zoom meetings to run things as the governor. It's like,
So good.
Nine years away.
yeah, no, it was so much fun. And then, of course, people started riffing on that. Kim McDonald was like, "Oh, can't you just see it? He's trying to get work, tried to do the Zoom in the saloon, and Rosemary comes in and makes a fuss, and yeah,
Oh,
it's happening."
she's
But-
performing because she's on TV.
Oh, you know it.
Well, and of course,
know it.
Ned was the one who created Zoom, right?
Oh, of
course.
course.
Of course.
Yes. Why didn't we think of that before?
Yes, of course.
But I
Oh,
think
that's funny.
I do think though, like universally, the Hearties definitely seem to think that Lucas is bringing the governorship
Yeah.
to Hope Valley. Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna stay
Yeah.
away in Capital
No,
City.
That'll
be
Gonna
interesting.
be,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I don't know.
know that I'm glad that he's going to be there. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's just the dynamic that we will see in Hope Valley.
Absolutely.
I mean, how they will skirt it and how they will address it, things like that. So
Yeah, it's a 22-hour train
Yeah.
ride away, right?
right, that's right.
Yeah,
But-
I can't imagine that they're gonna write it like they did with season 2, where they were just jumping back to Hamilton. I think they'll
Right.
probably figure out somehow. Because what is
Yeah.
the wording for episode 1 about Lucas?
He makes a
He-
surprise announcement.
Yeah, so maybe that's his surprise announcement.
Yeah.
And Jenny may not be totally wrong, because I bet that the radio continues to figure prominently in it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely.
Oh,
if
yeah.
parties do seem to think that this announcement is going to be that he's staying in Hope Valley, and if so, then the radio is his broadcasts are going to be the key to
Well,
continuing.
And
to get the
his
word out.
speech that he made in season 10 was so dynamic and
Right.
so fantastic. And that was over the radio, right? Wasn't
Yes,
it?
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah. It was
Live
phenomenal. And
broadcast.
so I don't know why, he couldn't, of course, my own opinion, why he couldn't bring it back to Hope Valley and broadcast.
That's a a large change though, if you are relocating the
Oh
governor
yeah.
mansion to a small town that was saved because he won the election. So
Yeah.
who knows? So the other thing that I wanted to address before we get going. So season 10 finale, we knew something was not great for Lucas. He's, having an announcement. So I think he's okay, because we saw a picture, I think, with Elizabeth and Lucas. It's the last conversation that Marg and I had, that, they were in a not infirmary, but I don't know where they
Kind of
were.
hospital setting.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so it'll be interesting about what that is. I mean, how did he get injured? I mean, I saw some that were saying that he was shot, in our comments. And I don't know I think that's the only person or comments that we had, is that he was shot. Is there anyone that was speculating about what his injury
Maybe
was?
those headlights were a car and
Oh, like he
like you got, ran
Yeah,
over.
because like
Okay.
if you were a car, I don't know.
Yeah, I only saw in the comments that I saw that they were speculating that he was shot. So who knows?
Well,
Who
and
knows?
do we think, what do you guys think? Is Nathan's investigation, do you think, related to what happened to Lucas? Because I've seen some Hearties saying that they think,
Parties seem to
Oh,
think
yeah.
so,
So,
do
yes.
they? Yeah.
And we also had the suggestion that more of his past is going to be revealed, which Hearties are excited about. And they seem to be they seem to think Jeanette is going to play, who was the widow, that
Mhm.
whole Amos Dixon
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Yeah, I've seen that as well.
And then the other thing is that it could be Montague too, of course. Our villain from last season could be involved. I've seen Hearties say so.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and in the preview, Nathan says something like, it doesn't sit right, or my gut is telling me it's not right in my gut, or something like that. And
Right.
Bill pulls up like a photo of somebody, so which didn't
Right.
look like any.
Mhm.
We know we were Hearties, you were all zooming, and we were zooming too, but I don't think any of us recognized the face on
There's
that one.
always, I mean, we are like CIA for that one.
Oh yeah,
There's
like
a
the
problem when it's a video
screenshot.
and you're like,
That's a
I have to
screenshot. It's true.
screenshot it, and then it's a lot of steps. It's a lot.
It is. It's true.
So funny. Well, I'm looking forward to even just the first episode. So, and we're what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3
as-
weeks.
3
3
weeks.
and a
3.5,
half.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, and Hearties, tune in, because we'll go through some of the other posts that we are posting in Facebook and Instagram and see what you think, and just kind of driving to our season 11 premiere. So April 7th, and then make sure that you subscribe with the YouTube channel. And don't miss anything, because there's a lot of stuff that we have right now. So we have 2 or 3 that are cast for interviews. So we're looking forward to that. So thank you for tuning in. And here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Talk to you soon.